You know, this world that we live in, this world is a terrible place, man. I mean, people get away with violence and a lot of cruel, morally bad things, and they're just walking around freely, man. Especially in the UK, where the justice system is a complete abortion, it's pathetic. Like, this world inspires hatred and violence, not love, and it always will. Human beings will never change, man. There will always be bad people in this world. That's why it's a fucking joke when parents they continue bringing kids into this world because no one wants to wake them up. No one's gonna wake these people up. I guess we have to try online, It's really fucking futile. It really is. I was watching a video by Mr.Antinatalist. His news video is an amazing video. It really is. It's called Destroy the Fucker, but it's an amazing video. He was saying in it how the world just needs to be destroyed. He would do it as painlessly as possible. I would do it as well. This world should have never been created in the first place. It should be fucking destroyed. It's a fucking abortion, this world. It's an abomination. Being born and forced into this world is a disgrace and a violation of true love, man. I don't know what true love is, but it's not being born into this world. Let me tell you that, because he was forced to anyways, But yeah, this world is always going to have bad people in it and bad things like diseases, natural events, all this bullshit. And human nature doesn't change, Look, technology is improving in this world. So are other things, I guess, like maybe medical technology, I guess, like medicine. But human nature doesn't change, and there will always be sadistic and psychopathic people in this world. It's never going to change. It's not. So I guess we just have to focus on what we can control in this world, which isn't much, to be honest with you. You can only control how you respond to this bullshit that you find yourself in, because once you're awakened to the antinatalist, just the antinatalist truth, and how bad of a fucking failed abortion and an abomination this whole world is. Once you're awakened to that and you see this world for what it is, all the bullshit, you see through all the bullshit, there's not much you can do about it, It doesn't really benefit you that much. Like I said in like one of my first two videos, it benefits the unborn more than it benefits the person that's here, because there's nothing they can do about it now. They're here. But it benefits the unborn more. But all you can do is focus on what you can control, which is how you respond to this, I guess the best response would be, sharing antinatalism online and trying to get more people to never force another being into this world against their will, and not knowing what they could suffer through. That's really the best thing you could do, I guess. I guess so. Or you could choose to do nothing, there's nothing wrong with doing nothing. I mean, you didn't ask to be born in the first place. Just don't be a bad person, I guess, and cause other beings suffering, even if you get away with it. Just because you get away with it doesn't mean, like, it's a good thing and that there's no cost, I'm pretty sure people who get away with bad things, they're fucked up in the head, even though they should be locked in a cage and no one does anything about it. That's the messed up part, no one does anything about messed up people getting away with terrible things. Because it happened to me, when I was stabbed and shit, and I still see the dude in my area in London always walking around. So weird person, man. He even looks like a criminal. He covers his fucking face like with a mask and you can barely see his fucking eyes. Just a weirdo. But this is the type of people where I'm at in London. London is a terrible fucking city. I used to speak to this guy on YouTube about how bad London is because we both live in London. Maybe he'll see my new channel. I don't know. But yeah, London is a terrible fucking city, dude. It's good for tourists, but there's a lot of bad people in this city, There's a lot of bad people in the UK in general, I mean, I was born here, so I know. I mean, yeah, it's a terrible country. It's not poor country, but, people are being stabbed and killed all the time in this country. No joke, Mm. It's just a messed up state of affairs that we find ourselves in this world. But at the end of my life, I'm just going to be, no matter what I've accomplished or what I didn't accomplish, I'll always be glad that I didn't force somebody else into this life, you know? I mean, I'd much rather be an incel and never get laid than have pussy and bring someone into this world. I'm an incel anyways, because it's pretty hard getting laid, to be honest with you, you know? But I'd rather be that than force someone into this world, and I stand by that. Exactly. I mean, most things don't even matter in life, to be honest with you, like drama and all this rubbish and people hating on you and people causing you suffering, whether mentally or physically. None of that matters, you know, in the long run. Hopefully, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it matters to you because things can be traumatic. You know, you can go through trauma in life, traumatic events. That sucks. But, you know, you don't, it's not a positive thing, it's a negative thing. So, all we can do is just try and let go of the past, you know, as much as we can, even if we still see the people around us that did that shit to us, you know, but we didn't initiate it. It was nothing to do with us. It's just a risk of being in this fucked up, pathetic asylum world, you know, this freak show world full of these people that belong in Arkham Asylum, you know, but there's no real life Batman to save us. So we get fucked, you know, unfortunately. Exactly. Everyone that was born is fucked, you know? Um, yeah, but what was I saying? I'm kind of rambling and ranting in this video. You know, this is the truth, you know? This world inspires hatred and violence, not love. And no, it doesn't. It doesn't. People think the best loving thing is birthing a child and holding it in their arms, when really that's the worst thing ever. That's selfishness and cruelty disguised as love. That's what I used to call it. Oh yeah, I was saying at the end of my life, I will be glad I never brought another innocent soul into this fucked up reality. Because this world is fucked up. It always has been and it always will be. You know, it always will be. Humans don't fucking change. Human nature doesn't change. They don't change for the better. They don't learn from their mistakes. They like causing suffering. They like putting that onto other human beings, you know, and they get away with it too. That's the messed up thing. They get away with it, you know. The law doesn't deal with them at all. They just get off like scot free, you know, especially in the UK where the law is pretty fucking trash, basically. Yeah, it doesn't change. This world will get better in some ways as time goes on. You know, entertainment's going to be more immersive, but that's just a distraction, man. That's just another cope to get away from the boring reality of life, which is, you know, naturally just boredom and suffering, even. That's just a fucking distraction. That's not really getting life better, is it? No, it's just getting you away from life, you know? That's just the human condition because we're more intelligent than animals, you know? Or our minds are more intelligent, whatever. We need stimuli to satisfy our minds so we don't lose our fucking minds, so we don't get bored. That's why there's all this entertainment that humans do, all these distractions. And yeah, it's cool. Some of it's works of art, and I appreciate it, like the music. I love listening to music, and I love watching cartoons. But it is all distractions, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't care about it if I wasn't even born in the first place, you know? But, you know, I didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice. All we can do is focus on what we can control, and we can control not forcing someone else into this boring ass life, you know, this painful reality, this depressing world that we live in, because that's the truth, man. I'm just going to state the truth on this channel, nothing but the truth. I'd never want to lie, you know. What's the point in lying, you know? Nah, I'm not going to gain much from this anyways. I'm just trying to relate to some people, I guess, because I got nobody in my life to talk to, so I'm just back on the internet, you know. Exactly. um Yeah, it's just a messed up world, man. I just don't get how our parents didn't fucking realize this, you know? It's crazy how dumb they were to bring us here, you know? That's why I don't really respect my parents, to be honest with you. You know, I live with my mom, I don't live with my dad, but I don't want to talk to any of them, you know? I don't mind asking them for money. Ever since I found the antinatalism way of thinking, I really do not respect my parents one bit. And I know that I don't owe them anything, you know? It's terrible what they did to me. I realize what they did to me, you know? That's why I made a video on my previous channel, which I deleted obviously, but it was one of my most popular videos. It was called I Hate My Parents, you know, for obvious reasons. But yeah, I don't respect my parents at all. Fuck no. I mean, my dad always used to say he was so much smarter than me because he made a business and I didn't. But obviously he did. He was like three and a half decades older than me when I was born. And obviously he's done more shit than I have in my life because he's older. But still, he's not that smart because he forced me into this hellhole too. You know? What a fucking sick joke. What a fucking dumb twat he was. You know? Seriously. So yeah, I really do not respect my parents at all. They didn't really give me any good life advice, to be honest with you. They just taught me the basic shit. They just taught me to have manners. They didn't even tell me how to get laid, or my dad didn't. He taught me nothing about how to get laid. Nothing. He just told me to wear a condom. And yeah, it was pretty bad, man. It was pretty bad how he told me to do that. He told me to do it in the most awkward way possible. I'm not gonna say how, but it was terrible, you know? It's like parents are a fucking joke, dude. I hope someone can relate to this, you know? It's like, why would you bring a kid into this world? Life is a struggle enough. And you go through physical suffering that you don't need to go through by the hands of some malicious human monster or whatever. Just a lot of suffering in life, you know, and just monotony and boredom, you know? And some people's lives don't have a lot of that because life is unfair. Some people have better lives than others, you know? But you can't guarantee if your child's life is going to be better than most other people's lives. That's not a guarantee. That's never a guarantee, you know? It's not a guarantee. And even if someone does really love their life, they might not like their life 5 years from now. You don't know. Life is unpredictable like that, you know? It is. Life is very unpredictable. It is. You can't, like I said, you got to focus on what you can control, and you can't really control much in this world, you know? This world is just a bunch of predators and prey, to be honest with you. It's like Mr.Antinatalist said in his news video, it's a zero-sum game. You know, there's no winners in the end. In the end, everything gets taken over by death and turned to ashes, basically. You know? That's true. Mr.Antinatalist is right. Of course he's right. He's a really smart guy. Life is a zero-sum game. There's no winners in this life, you know? It's just a bunch of people competing and some psychopaths out there, you know? All these dumb, this is my opinion, obviously, but all these dumb fucking human interactions, they're so fucking meaningless, man. I swear to God. This is why I don't have any friends. I just want to relate to people online, you know? Because I want to talk about this shit to somebody again, you know? That's why I'm on the internet again. You know, don't take this too seriously, but take it seriously enough. You know, that's why I'm here again, you know? Yeah, man, it's just, this world is just not a supportive place at all, especially for men, you know? If I was a woman, I would have more support, or if I was a child, but not if you're a young man, you know? You got no one to rely on pretty much, unfortunately. You have to go through this life emotionally on your own. It sucks. You know, you get no female attention, nothing, you know? It sucks. Like, what kind of existence have I been forced into? It's terrible, man. I'm not saying I'm a victim. No, I take responsibility for some things. But, you know, this world being the way it is and the evil people I've come into contact with, that wasn't my fault. That was just a mistake, you know? It had nothing to do with me. It's just a consequence of my parents fucking each other and bringing me into this messed up reality. You know, this messed up planet called Earth. Earth looks beautiful from space. It kind of does. But when you get down here on the surface, fuck no, man. You see all the fucking bloodshed and the hatred and the bad things in the human world. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Earth looks a lot better from space than down here. Down here, we're in fucking hell, dude. Space is kind of like heaven in that metaphor, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this world is just a bunch of predators and prey. It's terrible. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. I'll say this the final time in this video, but I'm just glad that at the end of my life, however long I live, I would not have forced another innocent soul into this terrible human body, filled with all these needs and all this bullshit, you know? Because life is just, most things, I mean, this is my opinion again, but most things in life are just fucking meaningless, It's just things that you have to do to survive, you know? I get enjoyment out of life, personally. I like video games and music and YouTube videos and comedy and food and sleep, obviously. I like all those things and even working out and obviously sexual things. But, I didn't need any of that if I wasn't born, And I might not enjoy my life forever, The only good thing is, everybody's going to die one day. So this experience, this battle of life, it won't last forever. Eventually you'll be able to rest in peace. That's what they say, rest in peace, right? Hopefully we do rest in peace after this fucking bullshit. This world and the people in it are fucking disgraced, dude. It's a terrible world. It's not a good world we was born into. Like I said before, this world is filled with violence and hatred and selfishness and indifference and ignorance. It's filled with people wanting to have kids of their own and not caring about other kids that, like that are orphans or foster kids, that they'd rather just have kids of their own, because they're stupid basically, or they're selfish, That's why I can't relate to humanity, because pretty much all of humanity are fucking natalists, And like I said before, that's why I don't respect my parents, because what they did to me, it's unforgivable, man. It's unforgivable what they've done to us, I'm not saying take action against them. No, I'm just saying don't respect your parents because they're really not that smart. Like I said, my dad shoved it in my face a lot when I was younger that like, he's so much smarter than me, but he's really not. He's really not. He's just like every other fucking dumb breeder, to be honest with you. Because he was in his 30s when he had me. So it was obviously a choice. He chose to bring me here. I don't think I was an accident. If I was an accident, then it doesn't really hurt my feelings at all, In fact, it would be worse if I was a fucking accident. Because then I know I really didn't have to be here, It fucking sucks, dude. So yeah, this world is filled with predators and prey. It's terrible. There would be no predator. I mean, yeah, antinatalist comments always say there would be no predator without the prey. And that's true. If I wasn't born, I wouldn't have been a victim. Like, I wouldn't have been bullied. I wouldn't have been stabbed. I wouldn't have been ostracized, whatever. And whatever someone else has gone through in life, if they wasn't born, they wouldn't have gone through it either. And yes, they wouldn't have benefited from the good things in their life. But, they wouldn't be born, so they wouldn't even care at all. Because they wouldn't even exist. Non-existence is the best, Non-existence, euthanasia, those are the gods right there, man, So I'll end this video here. Peace.